Hello, everyone. I'm Father Mike Watson here at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Somers, talking with you from inside our sanctuary space. For those of you who are not familiar with it, we've been around here since 1835. I've been here about a year and a half, and we have really developed a lot of wonderful programs that we serve the community with, and I wanted to tell you about those a little bit this morning, and also to show you how those programs have developed and how we're doing our best to serve the Somers community. So I'll step aside and show you first our altar space and our beautiful stained glass window so that you can see what a lovely place this is that we have to come and worship. I'll also show you the rest of the sanctuary space inside. And the main purpose for my doing this video today is to show you what's going on now in our food pantry. So I'm going to walk downstairs with my phone and show you what we're doing, and hope that you will come and see us and take part in what's happening here at St. Luke's. So now we're walking downstairs, and if you'll look here, this is our front hallway where we have gathered about 40 different bags of groceries. Let me tell you what that's all about. It's a program we've been doing now for the last 6 years. We started a food pantry 6 years ago, and as you might imagine, business has picked up a lot in the last few weeks because there are many, many more needy families. And there has been a huge outpouring of generosity and love and support from Somers community. And these are the bags that will be distributed today. This is Friday. And this afternoon we have a food distribution. And the way that it works is that we used to serve everyone here in our undercroft space indoors, and they would come by and pick up the food that they needed. But now what we're doing is we're forming a line outside because of the danger of being in too close a proximity to the people who come to receive their food. Kathy Casella, one of our parishioners who formed the food pantry and got a lot of volunteers from other churches and from here in the Somers community to come and take this over and serve the people. And they've been doing it together for a long time. Many, many bonds have formed between them. But as the food pantry has grown and has served new clientele, one of the things that we've been doing is finding new ways to be creative for how to get the food to the people that need it. And so I'm going to take you down, if you'll walk with me down in our undercroft, and show you where the food pantry worked and operated prior to the outbreak of the coronavirus. I'm going to switch this to a different setting. And as you can see, we have here on our counter some bags of groceries that have been assembled. I'm going to show you over here where we have a deep freeze that frozen food is kept in that will be distributed today also. One of our generous parishioners bought this for us so we can have frozen food. And we got sausages and chicken nuggets and chicken breasts and everything inside of this. And then donations have been coming in from all over the town. So we have cans of soup, box items of pasta, and inside of these are garden-grown onions inside of this bag. And there's about, well, it looks like probably 50 bags of those. So people can have fresh produce. And then if you'll walk with me over here, I'll show you our refrigerator full of fresh produce that will be distributed today. And volunteers will be coming in shortly to gather all this and put it inside of the little plastic sacks that people pick up as they come through. So I wanted to tell you how this has been working. Here's a whole bunch of things from Katona. I think that was from the Katona Pantry that they gathered. The way that this works is there are people here in our undercroft many days during the week, some at varying times, and they take distributions of food and contributions of food from all over northern Westchester County, and we store it in our cabinets. And then as Friday comes along, Friday at 2:30 when we begin the distribution, then these cans of food, the boxes of food, the non-perishable items are stacked up so that the families can come and receive them. But as you might imagine, during this time that we have not been able to assemble the families here in our undercroft, Kathy Casella came up with a new plan and a way to hand out the food, which is we have some volunteers who stand out at the front of the street entrance to our church and guide the cars back to our back parking lot, and they form a line and come by and get their groceries, fresh fruits, frozen foods, fresh produce, and these bags full of groceries are literally waiting there for them to pick up on picnic tables that we have assembled, and that a couple of our parishioners hauled all the way from the front of the church to the back so that we could accommodate the number of bags of the food that we have. We have received such an outpouring of support and love and generosity from the community around us. So I wanted to mention how this kind of happened. When Kathy and I began talking about how we were going to distribute food, she began receiving calls from people in the community. She has been a member of a resident of Somers for a number of years and knows a lot of people. So people were calling. People were wanting to give of themselves, to volunteer their time, to figure out how they can help. So one of the things that I wanted to tell you about was how that was working. The DeChecos in Somers, just around the corner from us, let us put a big box in the area behind their cash registers. As people walk out the store, they can donate something and put it in the box. We have volunteers who will go around and pick those donations up from time to time. We have set 2 boxes out in the door next to our office where it comes in from outside by our parking lot, and every single day those boxes are full. And either I or Janet, my assistant, or other volunteers from the food pantry will come and pick those items of food up and bring them down here to the pantry to be sorted and processed. And we have not been overwhelmed by the notion of trying to keep everything sanitary. The volunteers wear gloves and masks. They wipe down every item of food. with a disinfectant cloth before putting it into the sacks that are going to be used for the distribution. And so this is a lot of tedious work, but these volunteers have been undaunted by the huge amount of work that has to be done to make this a safe procedure. And it's really, really fun to watch the volunteers doing this and see the amount of fun and joy that is brought to their hearts by what they're doing. I want to mention a couple of the people that have donated to us. The Mount Kisco Diner, which is closed during this time, has donated just boxes and boxes and boxes of fresh produce, eggs, bread, other sundry items that we will be distributing today. The Boys and Girls Lacrosse program has donated a lot of food to us. The director of the Somers Booster Club has agreed to coordinate picking donated items up from around the places that we have boxes around town. We still have a need for more volunteers, and if any of you are able, go to our website, slcsomers.org, and you'll see the telephone number that you can call to call up and see if you can be of assistance to us during this time. One of the things that I wanted to mention to you is the phenomenon that I have seen, which is that when we do things to meet the needs of others, it brings a great joy to us. And the bonds that have been formed here among the volunteers who didn't even know each other, a lot of them didn't even know each other when this process started over the last few weeks. These bonds have been formed and people enjoy doing things together. It's my theory that bringing hope to others creates joy for us. And I see that happening day in and day out by the joint efforts of the people that have been here. We have received inordinate amounts of food that are going out of here to help feed the Somers community, those that are even more needy in this time than they are on a regular basis. And we are in hopes that we can increase the productivity of our food pantry, increase the number of volunteers, and thereby increase the joy that is brought not only to the hearts of those who need the food, but also to the hearts of those that give it, and to those that find a way to distribute it, and those that find a way to make it easier to give and easier to receive. And I want to just tell you how grateful I am for the volunteers that serve in the food pantry, and particularly how grateful I am to Kathy Casella, who was the founder of this food pantry and has worked tirelessly at this over the last 6 years. So if you know any of the people that volunteer here in the food pantry, if you know Kathy, if you know any of the other folks who serve here, give them a call and thank them, because they're doing a great service to our community. And if you have an interest in helping out, or if you have a way to bring donations, or even if you have ideas as to how we can serve the Somers community in further ways, please check us out. Go to our webpage. I'm going to post this video on our webpage. I'm also going to post it on Facebook page of St. Luke's and on my personal Facebook page. My name is Michael Watson, and if you'll just search for Michael Watson on Facebook, you'll see this there. If you'd like to watch it again, if you'd like to let anybody else know about it, we're trying to spread the word that even in these difficult times, that we can come together as a community if we can think of novel ways in which to serve. So thank you all for watching.